All right, hello everybody. Travis Chandler of Chandler Gaming back with today's scenario of Roller Coaster Tycoon. Today's will be Big Pier. Convert this sleepy town's pier into a thriving attraction. Your objective is to have at least 600 guests in the park at the end of year 2 with a park rating of 600. Challenges, we have to start from scratch, and there's no land. No land to work with. We got to build in the water. So let's get down to it. So what they're suggesting here is you actually build down into the water, is what they're saying. So you want to put your general rides in one square. Go like that, that. Actually, let's do this. And we'll do that. There we go. Perfect. See how that worked? All right. Now we need the next general ride. It'll be you. Put you over here. They said don't make the queue lines too long. They said your rides would be long enough, so... Or your rides would be busy enough, I should say. So, you know, yeah. So, here we go. We're... See how I'm barely adding on to the path here of... Alright. There we go. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and open the park. Start with $5. Well, we're not gonna open yet. Okay, yeah, we'll open and just open all the rides. Since they're gonna start with damn it. I knew I forgot something. Forgot to rename the ride. I don't know why it bugs me. I don't know why it bugs me so freaking much that there's a 1 at the end of the damn ride names, but for some reason it does. And I don't know why it does. It just OCD kind of thing, I think. And go ahead and open you. All of you. We'll go ahead and start placing our staff. Since there's no grass, I don't have to mess with I don't have to mess with changing shit on the handyman. But the cool thing is the handymen can all sit on one square each. Which is what I'll do. The only crap thing is, I do see this now, with the concessions and bathrooms, you gotta make land for them to sit on. I see that now. The cool thing is you can have handymen overlap. That's what's going to be really cool about staff this time. With the handyman staff, I should say. They'll overlap each other, and they'll keep sections clean and all that. And that's going to be really cool. Okay, look at that. Look at that. This is going to be a fun one, I think. This is going to be a fun one, I think. It should be better than the last one that I did, Trembly Woods. It should be a lot better, actually, because I'm starting from scratch, for one. I don't have to replace old rides and all that shit, so, okay. So, now we want to see where we want to put everything. Inside the Water is not owned by the fucking park. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Well, at least you can do this. At least you can do this. As long as they can sit up there like that, I don't mind so much. Okay. Damn it. There. Okay. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and start advertising the park now. Just to get people in the park. There we go. Okay, so now I want to see what we got here. Raging Rocket. Where's the boundary? That's what I want to know. Where's the boundary? We should be alright with just one mechanic for now. And the same can be said about security guard. One thing I might take out one section of the pier to put in the roller coaster, now that I'm thinking about it. That'd probably be the best thing to do. That would probably be the best thing to do, now that I'm thinking about it. Yes, sirree, Bob. That would be the best thing to do. No, I was watching a video of Markiplier's. He was streaming Uno with, like, two of his friends, Wade and, whatever, and Bob. Wade and Bob. And, Wade just comes out and blurts out, "I don't know what cream pie is." And they were just having a conversation, they were telling Wade, just Google it. Well, Wade, here is what a cream pie is. I'll have the link to the video in the description, the Markiplier video I was talking about. But we only have 2 years to deal with this, so we need 600 guests by the end of year 2. It shouldn't be too hard, but, you know, yeah. We got a week remaining, then we'll advertise Logger's Revenge. No, you know what's really cool? Is here's my laptop controller. I bought it for playing games on my laptop, and it works real good on my laptop. I got reading the instructions to it. It actually works for PS3. So I figured, oh, this is going to be kind of a shit show to get it set up to the PS3, right? No, you just plug in the wireless USB, micro USB transmitter thing, and you just you have to turn the PS3 on manually. You can't turn it on with the controller, but that's okay. And you just turn the controller on. Dude, it's amazing. I love this controller a lot better than the standard Sony controller. I do, man. The cool thing is, it doesn't drop input, it doesn't lose signal, and it runs on AA batteries. Now I see why some people say, oh, having the rechargeable batteries in the controllers is not a good idea. Now I see why. It's because my PS3 controller, it can't hold a charge anymore. So I have to have it plugged in. So this thing running on AA batteries, I can just replace the batteries. I don't know if it has vibration or not. I don't think it does, but if not, oh well, but you know, it might. I'm thinking it might, but I'm not sure. I've been playing Xenogears on my off-camera time. You know, just after I edit a video, I have to let it export out of my video editor, which takes about 4 or 5 hours to do. So while I'm waiting, I play Xenogears. So much fun. It is. It is. And I'd really like to record some old PS1 games as well for my channel, just to kind of backstory of when I was a kid, you know, watching my dad play, and we had a couple friends of my dad's would come over and play games too, and it was fun times. It was fun times, you know. It really was. It was fun times. I wouldn't mind buying more classic PS1 classics, like Metal Gear Solid, and I wouldn't mind getting Resident Evil 1 and 2, even though I have them on disc. I still would like to get them on digital. What I wish Sony would do, this is what I wish they would do. I wish they would make a console that had the entire library from all the Sony consoles on it. That way when people upgrade the consoles, they can bring all their stuff with them and have all the classics, you know? That is the only reason I have such a hard time upgrading my systems, is because I don't want to lose the classics. Or lose replayability. Or not, but backwards compatibility, that's what I mean. Backwards compatibility. That's why I'm a big fan of PC gaming anymore. Because with everything on Steam and all those online game shops, whatever you call them, like Steam, Origin, all those. This is why I'm a big fan of them. It's because everything's account-based. The only thing that sucks is I wish Microsoft would make it an option when you buy computers to have a CD-ROM. My laptop has one, but it's the last generation of computer that will have a CD-ROM. I know everything's digital anymore. I get that, but, you know, some of the old games they never put on digital. And really, I don't want to play remakes of them. I want to play original. Like The Sims, for example. They don't have it on, or EA does not have it on Origin. And I wish they would just release it on Origin. And release all the expansions. Not release the complete. They could if they wanted to, if everyone wanted to buy if people wanted to buy the complete, that's fine. But make it an option and put all the expansions on as well, you know? That way people can buy what they want. They would make money, because I'm not the only one wanting to play the old Sims. I'm not, man. See, the original Sims, there was just a magic about it, you know? Don't get me wrong, I think it's cool that in later Sims, you were able to control your Sim, move them around and stuff like that. Yeah, that's cool, but I don't know, I just like the original. I liked it when it was simple and all you had to do was, like, learn skills and to get promotions in your job and, you know... I hated it once they brought in, like, the hot date expansion when they started bringing in the, like, personalities and... Or not personalities, interests. That's what I was trying to pick up. Interests. I hated that mechanic. I hated that so freaking much. I really did. I thought that was the stupidest fucking mechanic. And I get it. There's people out there that like it, and that's fine, but I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Like I said, back in the 90s and early 2000s, that's when everything was just so simple, you know? It's not like nowadays where games are so complex that you actually have to have a guide just to play the fucking thing, and yeah, Jesus, come on. Look at this game, for example. This game is so simple. All you have to do is run a successful theme park. Yes, it's true, I did print out a guide for this, just so I could kind of see how to plan out my builds. But it doesn't tell me how to actually win the scenario. It just gives me suggestions of what to do. I wouldn't mind recording Borderlands, doing all the characters. That would be so much fun, actually. Borderlands 2. I know it's a dead game series, but, you know, still, it'd be funner than hell. It'd be funner than hell to do. I wouldn't mind doing the same thing to Turtles in Time. I've got the SNES emulator. I could always do that. I mean, yeah, there's really no difference other than the use of weapons and sprites for the Turtles, but oh frickin' well, you know. Still, it'd be funner than hell to play it 4 times and all that. Star Ocean, that was another one I want to do as well. I tried streaming it, and it didn't go so well, but that's okay. I know how to play it now. Somebody found the code to the game, to the original game, in Japan, and they were able to translate most of it. There's some things they weren't able to translate, like the yes or no. options, they weren't able to translate that. Because those were images. I wouldn't mind doing the Pokemon games either. Especially Gen 2, now that I know how the breeding works. I mean, I knew how to breed. Male and female. However, I did not know that if you use different Pokemon combinations, you could actually have the baby Pokemon learn special moves. More powerful moves. And I never knew that when I was a kid when Gold and Silver came out. I never knew that. I never knew that about Ruby and Sapphire either. And I wouldn't mind playing that either. Because I know some mechanics of the game that I should have knew when I was a kid, but I didn't. See, I wouldn't mind buying another one of these controllers. That way then I don't have to keep swapping out where I'm using it, you know what I mean? I don't have to worry about losing the I'd have to mark it though. I'd have to label it on the back, I guess, but I could get a label maker and do that, I guess. Just put like PS3 on the back of the controller, so then I know which one's for what. Though I wouldn't mind getting an Xbox controller for the PC though. Cause that'd be funner than hell, actually. Because I saw an original Xbox controller, it was wireless. It was just a USB stick you plugged in, and, you know, it's just an Xbox controller. That would be another thing I wouldn't mind getting, is an original Xbox to mod. You could buy the already modded boxes, but I should call my stepmom tonight. I bet you she still has her modded Xbox. Now that I'm thinking about it. I need to ask her if she still has my dad's power tools as well, because, I could use them. I know this year I gotta go out, I gotta remove a tree, growing under my deck. We got those stupid little whirlybird things that drop down from the trees when they bud in the spring, and one of them took fucking root, and now I've got to dig the damn tree out. Information kiosk, we definitely need one of those. We definitely need one of those. The problem is, I should have planned for it, and I didn't. Like a dum-dum, I didn't. Like a dum-dum, I didn't. There we go. You know, that kind of drives me nuts. Why wouldn't you know how to make a frickin', information kiosk? You know, at the start of the park. I don't understand that. That just seems essential to me. The suspended roller coaster. Well, when these two rides die over here, the Vlogger's Revenge and the Mini Miner, or the Crazy Miner, I'll move the Crazy Miner over here in this little blank area in this square here, and I'll get rid of the Vlogger's Revenge, and I'll put the suspended roller coaster up in its place, if it'll fit. We gotta see if it'll fit. It should, I'm hoping. Go-karts, I won't have a go-kart track. Even though it'd be kind of cool to have one, I doubt I'll have one. Because roller coasters are more of a moneymaker than the go-karts are. One game I would not mind getting to, not only the original Sims, but there was a theme park game on PS1. It was called Theme Park. And it was a Roller Coaster Tycoon knockoff. It was Sony's answer to Roller Coaster Tycoon. And it was a pretty good game. It was actually more challenging than Roller Coaster Tycoon. Because you actually had to keep stock in your shops. You actually had to watch the stock in your shops. And it was tough to do. But that's what made the game so much fun. It totally did, man. It totally did. There's the observation tower. We'll go ahead and put that in. We'll do it right here. Yes, we will. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, there you go. And there you go. All right. Go ahead and get you going on the test. Go. Okay, here. Set it to 50 cents. There we go. The observation tower is up and running. Let me make sure my mechanics can get to it. I'm believing they can, but I'm not sure. It does not look like he can. I'm starting to really regret putting my fan in the window. It was getting warm in here for a while, and so I'm like, oh, I should cool it down, just put the fan in the window. It's cooled down now. I'm so surprised there's not any freaking people throwing up in, oh, you got your window open during COVID-19. Fuck them. You know, this bullshit's gone on long enough. It really has. It really has. And it's just fucking stupid that people take it this fucking far. I'm serious. I'm serious. Why the fuck should we have to walk a certain fucking way in a goddamn store? Why? Why should we have to do that? The answer is we shouldn't. At all. Now they're wanting to close down public bathrooms because of this bullshit. Fucking Hawaii now has a curfew. All in the name of fucking safety. I mean, bullshit. The goddamn cops are doing it because they love the control they have right now. If everyone said no, fuck you, and they all stood outside after midnight, I guarantee you the cops wouldn't do a fucking thing. Because they ain't got enough to arrest them. You know, we outnumber the government. Unfortunately, people don't see that. And they would allow the government to get out of fucking control. That's why I love listening to the X-22 report. I love hearing about Q and the plan, and I'm telling you, people that are not with it, they are going to be in for a rude awakening. I'm telling you. This is why I don't really associate myself with a lot of people. It's because, you know, I don't know. It's just people are too ignorant anymore to see the truth of anything. There's our swinging ship. I don't know why, but I've got the scene of The Sopranos where, shit. I don't have room for it right there, son of a bitch. Shit. Well, we'll put it right here. Do it like this. And like that. There we go. Look at that. There we go. The safest park in the country award. The cool thing of the PS1 theme park game is you actually got to fund the upgrades. Like, you could upgrade the buses that would bring the guests to the park. You could upgrade the rides. You could upgrade the bathroom facilities where you start with just porta-john, and then you can end up upgrading to a deluxe bathroom, a 5-star deluxe bathroom, and it's really cool. I really like what they did with that game. I remember my stepmom got it when I was a teenager. We didn't really have a lot of money, and our computer broke down, so she really wanted to play Roller Coaster Tycoon because she was a big fan of it, but, well, people want to pay more to get into the park, okay. Well, because I put in the motion simulator, that's probably why. I don't think no, actually I have ridden a motion simulator. They had one at a mall, at the mall around here. Well, in the metropolitan area, not too far from here. It was like a roller coaster kind of game. It was this big screen, and you sat in a chair and you leaned back and you actually watched this movie play, and the chair would rumble and shake and shit like you were actually on a roller coaster. It was pretty cool. I ended up riding it because the technician was working on it. They had to like do some programming to it or something, and I was just sitting at the food court eating lunch, and that's where they had it. And the guy's like, "Hey man, you want to try it out for me? I'll give you a free ride if you test out a scenario for me." And it's like, "Oh, okay." And so I tested out the scenario, and he's like, "Okay, now pick one." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I got 2 free rides out of it technically. Because I helped the guy out. It was pretty cool. I remember seeing it. I always told my dad I wanted to go on it when I was a kid, and he's like, "Oh no, I think it's just a waste of money," and, you know. And in technicality sense it is, but, you know, since we're on a pier, I just thought of this. Since we're on a pier, aren't we down by the harbor? Down in Boston? Down by the harbor? Well, look at that. I made the objective, which was to have at least 600 guests in your park at the end of year 2 with the park rating of at least 600. We made it. I achieved the objective with a company value of $12,322. Not too bad. Not too bad of a park. Not too bad of a park, man. So, hope y'all had fun in this scenario. I actually did, and I'll be back with the next scenario in the next video. Bye-bye.